safely on road.
Road trip safety precautions for overseas travellers in Melbourne, Australia. Travelling overseas is an exciting adventure, and exploring Melbourne, Australia, by car offers a unique and flexible way to experience this vibrant city and its beautiful suburbs. However, ensuring your safety on the road should be a top priority. Here are essential road trip safety precautions and tips for overseas travellers in Melbourne, Australia. 1. Valid driving documents. International driving permit. IDP before your trip. Obtain a valid international driving permit, IDP, if your native driver's license is not in English. The IDP serves as a translation of your license and is necessary to legally drive in Australia. Be sure to apply for an IDP in your home country before departure. License translation. If you don't have an IDP, consider getting an official translation of your driver's license into English, which can be helpful if authorities need to verify your driving credentials. Check with your country's embassy or consulate for guidance on obtaining an official translation. Identification. Always carry your passport, visa, and other necessary identification documents required for your stay in Australia. These documents may be requested when renting a vehicle or during interactions with law enforcement. Make photocopies or digital scans of these documents and keep them separate from the originals as a backup. 2. Familiarize yourself with Australian road rules. Research and familiarize yourself with Australian road rules and regulations. This includes driving on the left-hand side of the road, adhering to speed limits, and understanding road signs and signals. You can find comprehensive information on road rules in publications like the Road to Solo Driving Handbook provided by the Victorian Government. Utilize online resources and mobile apps that provide information about local road rules. Consider taking an online road rules quiz or enrolling in a defensive driving course designed for international travelers to test your knowledge and enhance your understanding of local regulations. 3. Choose the right vehicle. Rent a vehicle from a reputable rental agency that maintains safety and maintenance standards. Seek recommendations from fellow travelers, online reviews, or your accommodation provider to find a trusted agency with a good track record. Before accepting a rental vehicle, conduct a thorough inspection of its condition. Document any pre-existing damage or issues with photos or written notes, and promptly report them to the rental agency to avoid disputes later. Verify that the rental agreement includes comprehensive insurance coverage to protect you in case of accidents or damage to the vehicle. Understand the terms and conditions of the insurance and any excess fees that may apply. 4. Plan your route. Plan your road trip route in advance, considering the destinations you wish to visit, the distances between them, and estimated travel times. Utilize mapping apps, GPS devices, or physical maps to chart your course. Familiarize yourself with the local geography of Melbourne and its suburbs. Use navigation apps with real-time traffic updates to avoid congestion and stay informed about road conditions. Share your travel itinerary with a trusted friend or family member, including details of planned stops, accommodations, and contact information. This serves as a safety precaution and can be crucial in case of emergencies. 5. Check the vehicle before departure. Conduct a thorough inspection of the rental vehicle before departure. Examine the exterior and interior for any pre-existing damage or issues, including scratches, dents, and mechanical problems. Take clear photos or make written notes of any findings. Ensure that all safety features of the vehicle are functioning correctly, including seatbelts, airbags, lights, and signals. Familiarize yourself with the location of essential controls and emergency equipment. Confirm that you have a spare tire, jack, and necessary tools in case of a flat tire. Familiarize yourself with the process of changing a tire if needed. Additionally, check the vehicle's emergency kit for items such as reflective triangles and a flashlight. 6. Understand fuel costs. Research and monitor petrol, gasoline, prices in Melbourne and Victoria, as they can vary between regions and over time. Fuel prices are typically measured per litre in Australia. Utilize mobile apps or websites that provide real-time information on fuel prices at different service stations. Look for discounts, loyalty programs, or special offers to find the most cost-effective options. Plan your fuel stops strategically, especially when traveling in remote areas where service stations may be less frequent. Always keep your fuel tank sufficiently filled to avoid running out of fuel in remote locations. 7. Rest and fatigue management. Plan your trip with regular rest stops, approximately every 2 hours, or 200 kilometers, 124 miles. These breaks are essential for preventing fatigue and maintaining your alertness while driving. Avoid driving if you are fatigued or drowsy. If you feel tired, find a safe location to pull over and take a short nap, or rest until you are fit to drive again. Consider setting up a comfortable travel pillow or blanket in your vehicle for rest breaks. If you have a travel companion, share the driving responsibilities. Alternating between drivers allows both individuals to get adequate rest and stay alert on the road. 8. Speed limits and speeding. Observe and adhere to posted speed limits at all times. Speed limits are typically displayed on road signs and can vary depending on the type of road and location. Common limits range from 50 km per hour, 31 miles per hour, in urban areas to 110 km per hour, 68 miles per hour, on highways. Be cautious when approaching speed cameras, which are strategically placed throughout Victoria. Speeding fines can be substantial, and demerit points may be applied to your license if you exceed the speed limit. 9. Wildlife caution. Be aware of wildlife, especially when driving in rural and forested areas, where animals like kangaroos, wallabies, and possums can suddenly cross the road, particularly during dawn and dusk when they are most active. Drive at a cautious speed when in wildlife-prone areas, and be prepared to brake or swerve if an animal suddenly appears in your path. Exercise extra caution during early morning and late evening hours when visibility may be reduced. Pay attention to road signs warning of animal crossings and adhere to these warnings. These signs are strategically placed in areas known for wildlife activity. 10. Seatbelts and child safety seats. Ensure that all passengers in the vehicle are wearing seatbelts at all times, regardless of their seating position. Seatbelt use is mandatory for all occupants in Australia, and failing to wear one can result in fines. If you are traveling with young children, make sure they are secured in appropriate child safety seats that comply with Australian standards. The type of seat required depends on the child's age, weight, and height. Ensure that child safety seats are correctly installed and adjusted. Familiarize yourself with child restraint laws in Victoria and ensure you are in compliance with the regulations. These laws are in place to protect the safety of children passengers. 11. Mobile phone usage. Using a mobile phone while driving without a hands-free system is illegal in Victoria and throughout Australia. This law applies to making calls, texting, using apps, or any other form of mobile phone use that requires holding the device. To stay connected while driving, consider purchasing a hands-free kit or using Bluetooth technology. These systems allow you to make calls and use navigation apps without taking your hands off the steering wheel or your eyes off the road. If you need to use your phone for any reason, pull over to a safe location, turn off the engine, and use your phone freely. This approach ensures your full attention is on your communication task and not divided while driving. 12. Alcohol and drug consumption. Strict laws govern alcohol and drug use while driving in Victoria and Australia as a whole. The legal blood alcohol concentration (BAC) limit is 0.05%, which is lower than in many other countries. It is strongly recommended to avoid consuming alcoholic beverages if you plan to drive. Even small amounts of alcohol can impair your ability to drive safely. Designate a sober driver within your group, or use alternative transportation options if you've been drinking. Be aware that random breath tests are conducted by law enforcement across Victoria. Penalties for driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs can be severe, including fines, license suspension, and legal consequences. 13. Emergency services. Memorize the emergency phone number in Australia, which is 000. This number can be dialed for police, fire, medical emergencies, or any other life-threatening situations. Keep your mobile phone charged and readily accessible in case you need to make an emergency call. Have a basic understanding of what to expect when calling emergency services. Be prepared to provide your location, details of the emergency, and any other relevant information requested by the operator. Staying calm and providing accurate information can help responders assist you more effectively. In non-emergency situations, such as vehicle breakdowns or minor issues, contact local authorities or your roadside assistance provider for assistance. Their contact information should be readily available in your travel documents or on the rental car's documentation. 14. Weather conditions. Be prepared for changing weather conditions during your road trip, as Melbourne's weather can be unpredictable. Pack appropriate clothing for different seasons, including lightweight clothing for summer and warmer attire for winter. Additionally, consider including rain jackets, umbrellas, and sun protection items like hats and sunscreen. Adjust your driving behavior and speed in response to adverse weather conditions, such as rain, fog, or hail. Reduce your speed, increase your following distance from the vehicle in front of you, and use your headlights in low visibility conditions. This cautious approach helps you maintain control of the vehicle and react to unexpected situations. Stay informed about weather forecasts for the areas you plan to visit, especially if your road trip takes you through regions prone to extreme weather. Access local weather updates and road condition information through reputable sources and apps to make informed decisions during your journey. 15. Insurance and emergency contacts. Carry physical or digital copies of your travel insurance policy, rental car agreement, and any other important documents related to your trip. These documents can be essential in case of emergencies, accidents, or any disputes during your journey. Maintain a list of emergency contacts, including the local Australian emergency number 000, contacts for your embassy or consulate, and contacts for your travel insurance provider. Store this information in your mobile phone, a physical notebook, and share it with your travel companions. Be aware of the process for reporting accidents or incidents to your rental car agency and local authorities. Familiarize yourself with the necessary steps, including exchanging information with the other party involved and documenting the scene of the accident. 16. Roadside assistance. Consider joining an automobile association or obtaining a roadside assistance membership before your road trip. These memberships can be valuable in case of vehicle breakdowns, flat tires, or other unforeseen incidents on the road. Research and select a membership that covers the areas you plan to visit in Melbourne and Victoria. Ensure you have the contact information for your chosen roadside assistance provider readily available in case you need to request help. This information should include the emergency hotline, membership number, and any specific instructions or procedures for obtaining assistance. 17. Parking and street signs. When parking your vehicle, follow local parking regulations and street signs carefully. Pay attention to parking restrictions, time limits, and any other rules indicated by signage. Illegally parked cars may receive fines or be towed, causing inconvenience and additional expenses. Be prepared to pay for parking in various locations, especially in city centers and popular tourist areas. Carry change, small bills, or credit cards to cover parking fees, and make use of designated parking zones or meters as indicated by signs or pavement markings. 18. Take note of road signs. Always be attentive to road signs, as they convey important information about the road conditions, potential hazards, speed limits, and directions. Road signs in Australia follow standardized designs and colors, making them relatively easy to interpret. Familiarize yourself with common road signs and their meanings in Australia, including warning signs, example, curves, crossings, regulatory signs, example, speed limits, no entry, and information signs, example, services, attractions. Understanding these signs enhances your ability to navigate safely and efficiently. 19. Local driving habits. Observe the driving habits of local residents to learn how traffic flows and how drivers react to various situations. Pay attention to common practices such as merging onto highways, yielding, and navigating roundabouts. Understanding local driving behavior helps you blend in and drive confidently. Keep in mind that Melbourne is a multicultural city with diverse driving styles due to its diverse population. Be adaptable and patient when encountering different driving habits, and prioritize safety by following traffic rules and signals. 20. Language barrier. If you are not proficient in English, consider using translation apps or carrying a phrasebook with essential phrases and expressions in English. These tools can facilitate communication during your road trip, whether you need assistance with directions, interactions with locals, or emergency situations. Have key phrases translated into English and the local language if applicable. Common phrases to include are help, police, hospital, I have an emergency, and where is the nearest gas station. Having these phrases readily accessible can be invaluable in urgent situations. 21. Vehicle breakdown. In the event of a vehicle breakdown or mechanical problems, prioritize safety. Pull over to a safe location, well off the road, and turn on your hazard lights to make your vehicle visible to other drivers. If possible, use reflective triangles or cones to increase visibility. Contact your roadside assistance provider or the rental agency's emergency line for assistance. Be prepared to provide your location, a description of the issue, and any relevant information about the vehicle. Follow their guidance on what steps to take next and await assistance in a safe location. Keep essential items on hand in your vehicle, including bottled water, non-perishable snacks, a flashlight with spare batteries, a basic first aid kit, and a blanket. These supplies can be invaluable if you need to wait for assistance, especially in remote areas. 22. Respect local communities. Show respect for local communities and their customs when visiting smaller towns or rural areas. Keep noise levels to a minimum, especially during quiet hours, to avoid disturbing residents. Follow any specific local customs or etiquette that may be prevalent in the regions you plan to visit. This may include greetings, dress codes, or behavior expectations. Respecting local traditions enhances your cultural experience and fosters positive interactions with residents. 23. Plan for emergencies. Prepare for unexpected emergencies by carrying essential items in your vehicle. These items include bottled water, non-perishable snacks, example, granola bars, nuts, a flashlight with spare batteries, a basic first aid kit, a warm blanket or jacket, and a fully charged mobile phone. Ensure that your mobile phone remains charged throughout your journey. Carry a car charger or power bank to maintain communication in case of emergencies. Familiarize yourself with your phone's emergency features, such as the ability to dial emergency services without unlocking the device. Keep your vehicle's fuel tank at least half full to reduce the risk of running out of fuel in remote areas where service stations may be scarce. 24. Stay informed. Stay informed about local news and weather updates, especially if your road trip takes you through remote or less populated areas. Having access to current information can help you make informed decisions and adjust your travel plans if necessary. Monitor weather forecasts for the regions you plan to visit, as weather conditions can vary widely across Melbourne and Victoria. Pay attention to warnings or advisories related to severe weather, bushfires, flooding, or road closures. Stay updated on road conditions by checking for real-time traffic alerts, road closures, and detours. Utilize navigation apps or online resources that provide this information to navigate around disruptions and delays effectively. By following these road trip safety precautions and tips, you can enjoy a safe and memorable exploration of Melbourne and its suburbs. Your journey will be enriched by the diverse landscapes, cultures, and experiences that this beautiful region has to offer. Safe travels.
Turn right onto Wakefield Street. Turn right onto Wakefield Street, then turn right onto Alfred Street. Turn right onto Grey Street.
Here's fun, yeah?
In 700 metres, turn left onto Riversdale Road. In 350 metres, turn left onto Riversdale Road. longer road. In 4.9 kilometres, turn left onto Dandenong Road. meters, turn left onto Dandenong Road. Use the left two lanes to turn onto Dandenong Road. In 1.4 kilometers, bear right onto Grange Road towards Moorabbin. In 1 kilometre, bear right onto Grange Road towards Moorabbin. To bear right onto Grange Road towards Moorabbin. Bear right. In 2.7 kilometres, turn left onto North Road towards Mulgrave. 500 metres, turn left onto North Road towards Mulgrave. Turn left onto North Road towards Mulgrave. Kilometres, turn right onto East Boundary Road. Kilometre, turn right onto East Boundary Road. Right onto East Boundary Road. .3 kilometres, turn left onto South Road.